So when I sit on an airplane and people say, so Pete, so what do you do? I always cringe a little bit because I'm not sure how to answer them exactly. But I suppose, in essence, I'm a professional adventurer. So, I mean, who would have ever thought that from in my matric, if my career guidance counselor had come to me and said, "Hey, Pete, I've got this job for you. It's called being an adventurer." I would laugh. So here we are. But so yes, I'm a pro adventurer, and what I do is so that's one part of what I do, and it's kind of morphed over the years to more from being an adventurer to really being able to use what I do in my expeditions to help people to become passionate about what they do and to teach them how to be resilient at work and at home. And it's tough times we're living in. So that's basically what I do in a nutshell.
Awesome. It's a cool job. I mean, if someone had to approach me when I was in matric and said, "Do you want to be an adventurer?" I think I would jump on the opportunity.
I think I would too. I'd be like so excited because it's not just your everyday thing. Not everyone can just go, "I'm a professional adventurer. I love what I do." And I think what you do is pretty exciting. And Peter, I must say, thank you very much for being the first guy on our In Conversations with. I'm like pretty excited because it's, as well. So,
is this the first one right now?
Yes. First one today and right now, and the whole In Conversations with you actually like offer it.
Yeah. So, carry on.
So what inspired you to do this? What motivates you to be this professional adventurer, to speak as well?
Yeah. Okay. So what inspired me to be an adventurer? I think all of us have a real deep down soul spirit of adventure. It doesn't matter what we do, whether it's starting a family or being a speaking agent like you guys are, or starting your own business, being an entrepreneur. They're all part of it. They're all, for me, form part of adventure. So my adventures are more like very physical, going out, doing wild, weird, super dangerous, super amazing, super horrible expeditions. So I think from that perspective, we're all adventurers in our own rights. So, and I like to look at it like that, especially when I go and I speak at businesses, because I get them to understand that what I do is very similar to what they do. And the thing that I enjoy the most, and if you had to say to me, "So Peter, like, just give me just one or two things that you feel really show what you do, outside the adventure arena," I would say that the two most important things for me in my life, the thing that I like to teach the most, that I like to speak about the most, I think are probably the most critical factors when it comes to being successful in any venture. There are hundreds, and I've written about them in my book and I speak about them. But the two that have really grabbed me from my experiences that I've had on my expeditions have been one, and a lot of people speak about it, and it frustrates me because I don't think they truly understand the word. Is like, we need to be passionate about what we do, because being passionate about what we do enables us to be resilient at what we do. So the more passionate we are about what we do, the more resilience we will have. Now, I don't know if you know that the studies that have been done on success, there was a study done, the Harvard Business School did a study on it, and they try to work out, what are the most common success principles amongst people and businesses, and they try to write a paper on it to show that if we did these specific things, we'd be guaranteed success. And the most common one, there wasn't a common one between all of them, but the most common one was the ability to be resilient, to show perseverance. So if perseverance is that one thing that is the most common success factor among successful people, then passion has got to be the thing that we've got to be aiming to be at work in order to drive that resilience, because you can't just be resilient. There's got to be something innate inside of us that drives it. So what I do is I speak about these are the two things that drive me. So I'm passionate about it. How do we create passion in our lives? Because there are many people that go to work every day, and they're basically going to work hoping that something good is going to happen. Okay, they're not driven. They're not passionate about what they do. So, and I want to split the word passion into two. We have passion, the verb, and passion, the noun. I'm not speaking about what is your passion. I'm speaking about how passionate we are about what we do. How much do we want it? So, like when I set out on a venture, on an expedition, let's just say I'm rowing 5,500 kilometers across the Atlantic Ocean. When I set out, I need to be so passionate about what I do. I need to be so driven about what I do that it doesn't matter what that journey throws at me. I know that physically and mentally I'm able to cope with that situation. Massive storms, blistered hands, boils on your back, 24 hours a day of 12 hours a day of rowing, hour and a half on, hour and a half off. Am I prepared to do it? How much do I want to do it? Will determine whether I get to the end or not. Those are just two things. There are many other things that I speak about, and they can be learned, and they can absolutely be learned. And that's what I mainly speak about when I go and speak at conferences.
Awesome. You mentioned the word resilience a lot throughout that. And obviously we are in a very tough time at the moment. We're in a time of change where everyone's kind of having to adapt to a new environment everywhere. And I was wondering if there's anything that you feel throughout your adventures that you've gone through, because obviously they've been tough as well, that you feel are factors that apply to how we're getting through this movement at the moment. So stuff that you've learned and how it's being applied to you right now.
Okay, so there are many things. I don't know if you can see on my boat over here, there's that little, just next to the flag beds. When I sat down on my seat, that's what I looked at when I rode all the time. And I had two mantras that I wrote, and it was just above my compass. I've got a photograph of it, but I can't show it to you now. And it was two things. So there are many messages I could give you right now. The first one was written right at the top. This will end, number one. And number two, I am not alone. So on my solo row, I spent 76 days out at sea, and that was my mantra. I just need to get through this day, and then tomorrow's a new day. And whatever storm I'm in, I know that it's a storm, and I know that my life is on the line, and I know that I'm struggling. I mean, as you know, the speaking business has gone down. My speaking business has gone from 100% down to 10%. Or 20%, it's I'm not alone in this as well. So there's always people, people, trying to help you, or you've got a team of people around you that are assisting you. And I've surrounded myself with the most amazing team of people. So remember that we are not alone, and two, it's going to end. What we do right now is absolutely vital. It's super vital in order for us to become successful once it does end, because it is going to end. And when it does end, we want to land on our feet running. We don't want to be sitting back going, oh my goodness, all of that time that I've had, that I could have been doing a lot of research, or, adapting new talks, or creating new things, creating videos, creating new strategies around my work, and, what am I doing in preparation? Lots of people have done that. And those are the people that are going to be well set up at the end once the storm ends. There are things that we can do, but it's a real struggle to do it, because you know what it's like. Like we're suffering mentally right now with this whole COVID-19 thing and the lockdown thing. People are taking a lot of strain. I hear of people breaking down every day now. It's become a common thing. The things that we can do that'll make us better and more successful at what we do. We need to be resilient in these times and just understand, let's just take one day at a time. Let's do what we can. Let's do it hard. And let's be passionate about what we do. And we just keep driving. You may not see the fruit of it right now, but it's going to come when the storm is over. So that's like a little message. And I've been in many storms, and I've done a lot of isolation on some of my expeditions, and I've learned massive lessons from them. But the one thing that I hold on to is that it's going to end. What we do right now is absolutely critical. The Greeks have a word, kairos. I don't know if you know that word. Kairos basically is an opportunity, a moment in our lives that we see something, we see an opportunity, And we have a choice. We either go, that's a great opportunity, or it isn't. And so we either take it or we don't take it. And if we take it and we run with it and we're passionate about it, it changes everything in our lives. Now, there are opportunities right now in the storm. And this storm is not ended right now. There's going to be a series of storms over the next few months, and who knows how much longer. And even when this is all over, there will still be other storms. So there are opportunities that come our way. And what I've noticed, what people are doing right now is that they are absolutely consumed by the negative things around them. And I guarantee you, and this is another thing that I speak about, is that, and you'll get lots of inspirational people saying, you got to focus on the positive, you got to, and they're right. But why? Why do you have to do that? Focus on the positive. For me, the main reason is, if you are not focused on the positive, you will not see those kairos moments. You will not see the opportunities. And if we focused on the good things around us, because there's lots of good things that are happening around us, we will get to see those opportunities. And we focus on those good things, we take those opportunities, they're going to change our lives forever. Kairos, it's a great word.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
During this period, during this whole lockdown business, what have you missed the most out there? Is it human interaction? Is it going out into an adventure? Like, what have you missed the most?
Yeah, I suppose I've missed quite a lot. I think it's interaction with people mainly that I've missed, the personal contact with people. We still have seen quite a lot of people. I live in a very beautiful place, quite not isolated, but about 25 kilometers north of East London towards Durban along the coast. So we have access to incredible forests around us that we can just disappear into and
Lovely.
And so I think the thing that I've missed the most are people and interaction with people. But let's look at the positive. So many incredible things have happened. I've spent weeks and weeks at home with my daughter now. It's been amazing. And my wife, and I've connected with her. I traveled extensively, prior to lockdown for years and years. I've traveled extensively. I spent 2, 3, sometimes 4 days a week away from home. And so this time has been beautiful to catch up with my daughter. She's 15. She turned 15 during lockdown. And that's been amazing. And it's been phenomenal being at home and just being able to spend time with my family. So that's the main positive. There are many other positives as well. I mean, I've recreated myself completely. I've set about putting my YouTube channel together properly. I've set it up properly and it's looking beautiful. I've had to learn how to do my own filming. I've got a pro editing suite, and I'm editing now, and that has taken weeks to learn how to do. And so yeah, I've upskilled like properly. There's not a lot of money coming in, but that's going to come.
That is true. Okay, so we have maybe time for one more question. Would you say 1 or 2?
Yeah, maybe 2.
Maybe 2. One each.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I wanted to know.
These things are never 15 minutes, hey?
Yeah. I wanted to know, and you don't have to disclose any details if you don't want to, but if you do have anything planned, any secret adventures or expeditions planned.
Oh, sure. So I'm busy with a series of expeditions now called Beyond Expeditions. They're just local African expeditions. So we are on series 4 now. So we've done Beyond the Desert Edge, which was from the Angolan border, just 30 kilometers in, like straight down through the desert of Namibia. We've done Beyond the Rift Valley, which was hiking and mountain biking the Great Nile Congo Divide in Central Africa and Rwanda. Last year we did Beyond Okurubis, and this year we're actually planning an expedition over the next month called Beyond Lockdown. And it really is highlighting it's just a small expedition. It's really just highlighting great open spaces for people to travel to post-lockdown and amazing adventures that we can do in those areas. So 2 per province. And then we're also going to meet some of the people, some of the real rural people that have been affected by lockdown. We're going to have discussions with them, and we're going to do a nice little adventure around that. And just so it's like a community adventure, post-lockdown, open spaces, put your feet back on the ground, South Africa, local is like a kind of expedition. But in 2 years' time, I've got my next big one, and that's what we're planning for, and that is going to be a circumnavigation of the Tropic of Capricorn. And that's around the world. So South America, across, from here, so it's Walfish Bay, across the Atlantic Ocean to South America, across the Pacific to Australia, across the center of Australia to Madagascar, to the other end, then across Indian Ocean, Madagascar, Indian Ocean again, South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, finishing Walfish Bay. So 40,000 Ks.
Sounds cool. Sounds exciting.
Never been done before. So yeah, so we're planning.
Awesome.
Cool. I actually have 2 questions. I don't know now. But the first serious question is, well, kind of serious. Which one out of all your adventures is your favorite? Which one is your favorite adventure that you've taken?
Michelle, I get asked that a lot.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to tell because there have been, I think, there have been moments rather than whole expeditions, because whether you're in the North Pole or South Pole, those are different kind of expeditions as opposed to Central African forests and deserts, and oceans and stuff. So it's like this whole mixture of amazing stuff, that I've been involved in. So moments, let me tell you moments. I think for me, winning the Atlantic rowing race in the first race with my mate Bill Godfrey was epic. I mean, that was phenomenal, because we decided we were going to win the race 2 years before this. We got to the start line. We did everything to do that. We did it. We broke the world record. That's what we planned to do. It was amazing. It was spectacular. It's a tough row. The expedition that I've learned the most in was definitely my solo row, just because 76 days alone, you learn a lot about yourself and about life and everything. So that was incredible. South Pole had its moments as well. It was an epic expedition, and I think one of the great moments in my recent expeditions was having interaction with mountain gorillas on Karisimbi volcano in northern Rwanda, and that was absolutely spectacular as well. So just moments that are amazing. I can't say which expedition was better than the others. There have been expeditions. South Pole, for instance, is extremely dangerous compared to rowing an ocean. Some people would, not put that the other way around. But for me, South Pole was extremely dangerous because it got really cold. It got into like the mid-50s, -50s. So that was quite hectic. But yeah, that's it, really.
Sure. I really don't know how you do it. I think it's amazing that you do
One step at a time.
Yeah, well, true. When I want to go for an adventure, I promise you, I'm going to give you a call, Peter. I'm going to be like, so why do I have to pack? Do I have everything? What's going on? I'm nervous. And I want you to just pump me and, I don't know, like just amp me,
One of the things that I'm going to do on my YouTube site, and you must go and have a look at it, please, and just do the whole thing, is I'm going to be teaching people just step for step, so if I'm going hiking in the mountains, what do I pack? What do I take? What are the essentials? Let's go. If I'm going on like an adventure race, what do I pack? What do I, if I'm going into the ice and snow, what are the bare essentials that I need to go? If I'm climbing Kilimanjaro, what are the bare essentials that I need to know? And what do I pack, etc. So I'm going to be starting a series like that.
Awesome. Guidebook, the ultimate adventure.
Yes. What's your YouTube channel called for anyone that doesn't?
Peter van Kets. So if you just Google Peter van Kets YouTube channel, you'll find it. And other people posted stuff about me on their sites, and because my YouTube channel is so new, it may not come up first, but if you just find Peter van Kets YouTube channel, you'll get it.
Awesome. Great. Okay. So my last question is, if you were a crayon, Peter, what color would you be and why?
If I was a
Crayon.
My favorite color is, guess what?
Blue.
Blue. So obvious.
For the ocean.
Well, that's good.
I love blue, so blue's my favorite color.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
So you would be a blue crayon.
Yes, I would be a blue crayon, yeah, for sure.
It's probably the highest pressure question what we've given you the whole time.
What color would you be?
No, you see, I don't want to be asked.
Come on.
Orange.
Really? Why?
Yes. Because it's my natural hair color and I feel very proud of being a ginger. I say, but I'm very...
Guess what my favorite number is?
14.
Because it's there. Well done. How did I miss that?
That's it. It was whenever I can, I try and get the number 14. So the first row we did, we were 14. My solo row, we were 14, etc. Yeah.
Become a thing.